We have been commissioned to sail this Freebird 50 from Chichester Harbour in the UK to Portimao in Portugal. Our planned route was to take us from Chichester Harbour to Ocean Village in Southampton, then on to Yarmouth on the Isle of Wight, before heading to Alderney on the south side of the English Channel. From there we would head west out to the Brest Peninsula before turning south across the Bay of Biscay, following the coast of Portugal and on to Portimao. Oh well, we're out at sea again, and we're just heading from Chichester Harbour up towards the Solent, and then we'll be making a turn to starboard to go to Southampton water. So we've just got one engine running at the moment, and we're doing about 5 knots. We've got a bit of genoa out just to help us along. But once we're around the next sort of little headland, we'll be sailing, and then we'll sail all the way up Southampton water. It's going to take us about 3 hours, I think. It's a bit blowy today though. There's not a lot of boats out. Well, for the first time I've been in the Solent for many years, and it's turning up its lovely little wind against tide shop. And there we go, it's bumping around. But it's a breezy day out here, and
the engines are up.
And then the engines failed.
Yeah, we had some problems on the way to Ocean Village.
Yeah, we were going to come out of Chichester Harbour, could come up through the Solent and go up to Ocean Village where we're staying, and then load the boat up there to go down through the Needles and out towards the Channel Islands and the Brest Peninsula. Anyway, it was blowing quite a lot yesterday, around about 25-30 knots, and we were head to wind. And we didn't know that the port engine wasn't giving in much water out, and we'd been warned about this, so we were trying not to use it. But we had to have both engines running, and because the starboard engine gave up at one point and cut itself out. We were down to 1 knot into a headwind. So it was a little bit difficult. We managed to get the engine going again, and then a little bit later the port engine failed, and then the starboard engine failed, and life started to get really quite dramatic because we were right in the middle of the main shipping lane coming into Portsmouth, and you get, it's a naval base, so you get all the naval ships coming in out there, you get ferries going to the Isle of Wight, ferries going across the channel, cargo ships. It really is very, very busy, and there's all the yachts about as well. So we decided to put the genoa out and try and start the engines. We couldn't start either engine, and eventually we got into the First Marina Hasler. I have to say that the guys at Hasler did a wonderful job.
Wonderful job. They just helped us. They just went to pick up us there just outside, and just towed us basically.
Yeah, basically towed us into a mooring.
To the mooring.
Yeah.
But they did a wonderful job. Just can't get enough.
No, they're absolutely brilliant. And then we've had a few issues going on. The reason why the port engine packed up was because the circuit, the main breaker switch is faulty and is intermittent. So we've discovered that afterwards. So that's why that one went. But in the heat of the moment, you know, I didn't think to go and check the switch. I thought I'd been trying to start it, and I thought the battery had gone flat. And the starboard engine has got a serious amount of muck in it, which we've strained and changed filters overnight. It also had a bit of rope around the propeller, which was slowing it up, but that one I think got clogged up and stopped. So we're going to give it another go today. We're going to try and get ourselves down to Yarmouth on the Isle of Wight, which is around about
so it's a short run, so you're testing the boat in small bits to see if we can just do the journey.
Exactly, that's basically it.
Yeah.
Is test it out and see what happens. So that's our plan for today. So we arrived in Yarmouth. It took us 2.5 hours to motor up here. It was right on the nose, and then towards the end it dropped off a little bit, but now it's absolutely a beautiful, pleasant evening.
It is. It was very overcrowded during the day, wasn't it? And,
absolutely, it was very busy. Yep. And you can see we're all dressed for summer. You know.
No Caribbean here, Kate.
No Caribbean here. Sarongs are definitely not in fashion. And well, we're just going to hang around here until 6 in the morning, and then we've got 2 hours of the ebb before the tide changes to get through Hurst Castle and Hurst Straits. But it's all rather lovely.
Yeah, it feels good to be back on the boat.
Yeah. It should take us around about 10 hours to get there. I think that's enough experimenting for one day, and then tomorrow we'll go all the way to Viana de Castella, which is about 4 days. Let's go backwards a little bit, get away from the mooring buoy. It's chilly. It's June the 10th, 9th. It's chilly.
Freezing cold. I told Simon at home, just dress for the winter. He was like, "No, it's June. It's not too bad." I said, "Dress for the winter." And I was right. I don't think you're going to see good weather until we pass Lisbon or something.
Just left Alderney at 12:30 on Monday, and it was a bit bumpy coming out, wasn't it?
Yeah, but we patiently wait for the tide to stop, because it was the tide against the current, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, we could see the sea was just crazy.
It's crazy.
And then it started to come down exactly at the time they said it would be. So we came out, but it was quite of a big wave coming up.
We've got a couple of reefs in at the moment, and we're going to sail like that for the time being, just get the boat feeding good, and then we're going to settle it down, let some reefs out, settle it down at 8 knots as we head down towards the Brest Peninsula. So at the moment we've got the islands off to the north here, which this area between Alderney and the islands is called the Swinge, and it's an area you have to be very careful of, get very strong currents flowing through here. So we come down in here through the galley into this cabin, and I want to show you this. This is our temporary nav light. It's a tricolour, and I've wired it down, up into this light fitting here, because the nav lights are kind of playing up actually, and I was a bit suspicious about them before we left, so I bought this tricolour, and we just rig it on the side of the boat there towards the front, and that'll do. That'll make us legal, because at the moment I don't think we're quite legal. So yeah, there's a few little minor problems with the boat, but it hasn't been used for 4 years, so it's quite acceptable really. Do you like the galley?
Well, I don't like galleys downstairs, because I like to sit up and see the view, and I don't like anything to trigger seasickness as well. But it's been okay actually. It's been okay. It's been fine.
Hello Carla. Now tell us all your troubles.
I don't have any troubles. I'm just tired, isn't it? It's a long night.
And another one to come.
And another one to come. Your favourite job, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, I know. Every 3-4 hours I've got to drain the we're wobbling. I've got to drain the water trap, get rid of the water and the muck, because it's in the bottom of the tank and then it picks it up by about half a litre a go. It takes around about 3 or 4 hours of motoring, so yeah, covered in diesel again. As we approach the Brest Peninsula, we have to make a decision on whether to go across the bay or not. This windy prediction shows that the wind will become a headwind 6 hours before we finish the crossing. We head for the shelter of Brest. And the Portuguese, well, French, obviously. Pascal de nata, you know, the old custard tart.
We're going to have the real one soon.
Yeah, I'm getting ready for the real ones in Portugal. I mean, everything in Portugal. Everything that's bad for you, I'm having in Portugal. We've done about 90 miles.
Not that bad, is it?
No, it's not that bad really.
It hasn't been 24 hours yet.
No, that was at 7 o'clock this morning.
7 o'clock.
So that was an hour and a half ago. Yeah, it's good. Well, we've been waiting for well over 24 hours now for the wind to fill in, and it's just starting to come in. The wind systems don't work on the boat, so we don't know what it is, but we're guessing around about 15, 16 knots, and then we're doing around 6, 7 knots, 8 knots, 7 knots downwind, so it's not an awful lot. But yeah, it's been an eventful day really, because we've been doing an awful lot of cleaning filters and diesel out, because the tanks have got some water there and it's been sucking it up. So we've been doing that a few times. The second night or so we're going to have at least another one. If we decide to stop, we may try and go all the way if we can. We go the other way first. So we're just on our way into Viana de Castelo, which is the first main town on the Portuguese coast. We've got to go in there and get some diesel, so we're going to stay the night and then line ourselves up with midday at Lisbon to dodge the Orcas.
Yeah, that's our next challenge. Is just apparently the Orcas are just moving north, so had been a few incidents on the last few days, so we need to be aware of them. I don't know what else can we do.
No, we just need to be there, ready and waiting. On the last leg of our journey down the coast of Portugal now. There's 2 days down to Portimao, but we had a bit of an upset yesterday when the actual auto helm control unit stopped functioning, and we got a technician out, but he couldn't decide what was wrong with it. But in the end, I managed to get the autopilot to run off the plotter. Otherwise, we were going to have to hand steer, and we didn't really fancy hand steering 24 hours a day with only being 2 of us. So that wasn't really practical. So we're going to have to do it in chunks during daylight hours.
So here we are, 4:15.
4:15 in the morning, and we found a nice big dock to dock on.
It was really helpful that there's no wind at all.
Yeah,
because it's really
yeah,
difficult for you
yeah.
to control the boat, isn't it?
And we know the marina very well, and we've been in and out of here many times, but never at night before, so it was a little bit interesting. And the whole journey really was quite interesting, because we had a big delay in the middle because of the weather, and then we had the problem with the auto helm system, which we lost another day. So all in all, instead of taking about 8-9 days, it's taken us over 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it was a worry about the Orcas on the way, because they decided to move from the Strait of Gibraltar up to the north of Portugal. So you could see on the Orcas app that they were just moving on. People seeing them and having interactions with the boats, but we didn't see any, but we stayed offshore about 25 miles.
Yeah, we did. We kept out a little bit, and the weather was good. The last 24 hours we had some great sailing actually. The boat's terrific to sail, absolutely terrific. And when the owners, he's bought it here specifically to spend quite a lot of money on it and get it updated, and I think by the time he's done that, it'll be a beautiful boat. So we're really looking forward to the next trip, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.